The amount of funding available to African tech startups has been impressive, but in truth, a lot still has to be done. According to the Disrupt Africa's African Tech Startups Funding Report for 2015, 125 tech startups raised funding in 2015 around the African continent to the tune of 185,785,500 US dollars. Simeon Ananobi, the founder, MyAdsApp.com, shares his experience on how the tech startups has been faring in recent times.
Welcome to Tech Trends.
Thanks, Fred.
And nice to have you again.
It's always a pleasure being with you.
So how's it been so far?
It's been work. We've been trying to get a feel of what we can do to help grow, our environment and also help the startups in Nigeria.
So is the startup ecosystem, is it growing or is it just stagnant at this point?
I would say it's growing. I mean, if you take it a few years back, we were nowhere. But today we have companies that are doing very well. Maybe not at the level we would want to be, but I mean, it's growing and we only hope that it gets better. So you have companies that are, raising, millions of dollars. And hopefully we'll still get to the 100 million range very soon. Not to...
$100 million, you mean?
Yeah, definitely. So not to take the shine off the likes of Jimmy and Kunga, but we don't, categorize them like the startups that are Nigerian. So we would say the little startups from the Tech Valley in Yaba and, all the guys doing around the world, around Nigeria in Kaduna and co. We hopefully will get them raising up to $100 million soon.
But Basima, let me ask you, do you think these startups are really making an impact in the society?
The answer is two-pronged. So it's yes and it's no. So we have startups that are doing very well, that are, social startups. I mean, you have the WeCyclers and the rest that are doing very, very well and helping, the economy grow. But yeah, you also have the small ones that are trying to solve problems. But I would say from what I've learned so far, it's because we actually don't think global. We start by thinking local first. And I think it's really causing a lot of problems for us without us actually looking into the future. Because I mean, I was at a conference like some few days back, and the guys from Russia and from the US, they think about how to expand globally first before they start thinking about their local consumption. And I think we should start thinking in that direction, where we don't only solve problems locally because we want to have 3 square meals a day, but you solve a global problem. Something that, yes, it is starting locally, but you can exploit globally.
So those countries you just mentioned now, Russia, China, and the rest of them, don't you think that is a deliberate policy by their government to support their own and sort of protect them?
I mean, policies are always going to be there. I mean, it's not an issue. My take has always been, don't blame everybody else for our problems. Yes, the government is not going to be doing everything for us. I mean, we've been at the same spot forever. We don't have good roads, we don't have good lights, we don't have electricity, we don't have this, we don't have that. It's normal. It's the same problem. It's something that, I mean, if we have this conversation tomorrow, we still have the same conversation. It's still going to be a topic in our conversation. We don't have those things. But I believe that that's a beginning point for us. I mean, and that's why I believe that startups locally can actually take this world by storm. The problems in America, in Russia, in China, that like you mentioned, is an X problem. We have X times 10 problem. So meaning that...
Are you not exaggerating?
No. We have X times 20 problems. No, if it's because I think I'm exaggerating lower, not higher. Because yes, we do have problems, but it's an opportunity for startups to actually pick these problems and take it to the next level. So you don't want to solve problems that Facebook has already solved or Twitter has already solved. You solve other problems. You talk about light, you talk about stuff. Let's not take it away from the government. The government should support us. It should give us good roads. It should give us access to this. It should make policies that would help the startup scene. But that is, for me, something that should be left to them. Let us think our own way, how to survive and how to make things work for us. And take it, we're seen as giants of Africa. Why? Because we should sit in that position as giants and take Africa by storm. Then take the world.
Getting an investor can be challenging, but having a great idea could be more challenging. Simeon added that solving human problems should be the main focus of any tech startup that intend to stand out in the world.
So now, hearing you speak is making me wonder, what sort of ideas do you think startups can create today that can help Nigerians, particularly the average man on the street?
I would want to talk about my what I'm doing personally, and it's something that I saw about that's going to solve a lot of problems. So it's a solution that I found for myself. So it was a solution that I wanted to find to solve my advertising needs, which was personally I wanted to advertise. I couldn't, spend billions or whatever of the monies I've raised to advertise. So I decided, you know what, let's find a way to help people on the streets at the same time help myself to advertise. So it's like helping businesses but helping the young people on the street. So you have a solution where someone on the street can earn money doing something and working for someone else. So it's like you're on the street, you're a conductor, you're a bus driver, you're a janitor somewhere, and you have a mobile phone. I mean, make the mobile phone earn money for you. And that's what, I have decided to do. And having done this, it has shown me that I don't just need to start here. It's the same problem in India. It's the same problem in Pakistan. It's the same problem in the Philippines, where people on the streets don't get to earn quick bucks. And what I've done is I've seen that even though it's a problem solving advertising for my company, it's also putting food on the tables of so many people.
Yeah, but that's just one aspect, which is good, by the way. But what are the other problems that are biting the average guy on the street today that you think startups should be solving, that they're not solving? Because someone has said to me that there's a lot of hype in the startup ecosystem.
When you say hype, I mean...
Those are the person's words. I mean...
No, everybody can be an entrepreneur. So if we understand that first, then we understand that it's not everybody that's meant to be an entrepreneur. But there are a lot of problems. For instance, education. It's a big, huge problem. And it's not the same problem. It's not just here. It's everywhere else across Africa. So it's not, I mean, if you find a startup that's solving education here, that same startup can solve education in Uganda, in Rwanda, in Ethiopia and co. The same thing for transportation. The same thing for little menial jobs. If you have a startup that can aggregate like Uber, menial job seeking platforms. There are things that, I could stand from here and talk for 3 hours about solutions that you can help grow people.
I'm talking about startups. When the startups get to those other countries, I wonder if they will pay tax.
So, of course,
I like the other model,
Yeah. But Uber is going to be paying tax, soon, and
we hope so.
We know so. So and that's what government can also come in. So it's something that we need.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a policy now that will ensure that?
Trust me, they're looking at it. If they're not looking at it, then
they should start looking at it now.
They should start looking at it. Yes, because you don't just get foreign companies coming to the country and just decide. Because I can't do that elsewhere. If I go to I just launched a startup in India, and I have to face taxes. I have to face so many things there, and it's not been easy. It's not been a joke, but I have to go through all those things. So I'm wondering why it shouldn't be the same for the other startups.
But as of today, they don't face that same sort of challenge when they come into Nigeria.
Because those policies were not in place. So an Uber tells you they get their funds abroad. They don't locally collect their funds. So it's like...
Yeah, but I entered Uber today and I paid cash.
Yeah, so right now they're going to be taxed because they have books and all that. So it's government policy.
Okay, but tell me, because I'm interested in helping our startups or seeing how our startups can also go international, go global. What experiences have you learned from trying to launch in a place like India? Because I know India is sort of a closed kind of economy.
Yeah, so...
Did you find an India partner or something?
Okay, so the first question would be, what is the startup doing? Because if your startup is not doing exactly what the Indian environment needs, then it's really not necessary. So my startup, MyAds, which is a startup that allows you to earn money, free money, when you receive calls on your phone. What MyAds does is simple. You receive a call, and I can throw in advertising, and you earn money. So the fact is, you earn money as a user. And it's the same thing. Everybody in India wants to earn money. Everybody in Malaysia wants to earn money. Everybody in Indonesia wants to earn money. It's a different thing if you now say e-commerce. Or you say you want to start up a blog, for instance. I mean, everybody there already has all that. So it's going to be difficult for you to get into those environments. And it should be a startup that is scalable. So for us, it's something that is... you can scale from day one. And being that my co-founder, so I have two other co-founders. One of them is multinational, so he's Indian and British. So he knows the Indian economy very well, and that was why we actually chose to launch in India immediately, and we're launching in other countries very soon.
So would you say that the local money that is coming to the startup ecosystem is growing?
I would say stop thinking about it. Just hit it at the head. Go straight out in the market and start selling your product. Don't worry about the problems, because there's always going to be challenges. If you're a startup, you will face challenges. And let us all help ourselves. So locally, we have the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Google. They're already billionaires. They're already unicorns. Let's make local guys. I mean, take for instance, we just launched globally, and we need all the help we can get from Nigeria. My Ads is an app that is out there. Help us, give us feedback, tell us what we're doing wrong, tell us how you use the app, tell us what you want us to achieve using this app. We can only get that locally. We have 183 million people. Let 183 million feed us back and make us unicorns too, so that we can also help grow this economy. If 6-7 startups do that and go globally, Nigeria, we won't be here discussing this. We'll be talking about helping other countries grow.
Simeon, thank you for being on Tech Trends today.
Thank you very much.
I wish you all the best as you launch out.
Thank you very much.
Well, you've heard Simeon. He has said that we need to help Nigerian startups go global. I agree, and I think that's something that we must do as a matter of urgency. We'll be right back. That's all we have for you on today's edition of the show. Let's continue the conversation online, so do follow us on social media. Remember, you can watch these and other editions of the show on the channel's TV YouTube account or via my blog, techsmart.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwuemeka Agbata.